Hey, this is Rick Kasalj, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, I wanted to answer a customer's question, and pretty much what it was, what exercise do I have to do in order to strengthen my legs so I do not need to use my cane anymore? Now, specifically, kind of expanding on the question that was sent in, it's from Guadalupe, and what Guadalupe ended up saying is that right now he ends up utilizing a cane, and that's because he ended up having knee replacement surgery about a year ago. And what he wants to know is what exercises can he do in order to strengthen up his knee so he can stop using his cane and walk freely. So I'm going to go through some exercises, and this will benefit you, and it'll also benefit Guadalupe. So the first thing that you want to end up doing is working on isolation strengthening exercises. So Donna Lee's going to go through one. So you're in a sitting position, you end up having resistive tubing. You're going to take that resistive tubing, kind of loop it in the arch of your foot, and you're sitting nice and upright, and you're doing like leg presses. So straightening the leg out, coming back, and straightening the leg back. Now with this one, what we're working on is a strengthening all around that knee joint and the muscles around the knee joint, because a lot of times you just don't have the strength to end up handling your body weight, but you can end up doing this. Now with the resistive tubing, you want to find the level that you can end up doing, or that ends up being challenging for you. And where you can get these, any department store ends up having these resistive tubings in the fitness health section of the store. Now with this one, sets, reps, time, and intensity. Sets, 1 repetition, start off with 5, but you can end up progressing to 10. Time, smooth controlled movement as Donnelly's doing. And intensity, you don't want any pain, but you want to feel that the muscles around your knee are working or kind of feel tired because they've been worked. So that ends up being the first one exercise to do. The next one ends up being doing a partial wall squat. Now, we're going to use the foam roller, but you don't end up needing to have to use the foam roller. We're just going to use it because this ends up being a kind of a difficult wall to kind of slide up and down. So the foam roller is going to end up helping us move up and down. But you're up against the wall. If the wall ends up being sticky or doesn't move very well, you can end up using a foam roller or a stability ball to help move you up and down. But you're starting with your legs hip width apart or even a little bit more, and knees are straight but not locked out, and then you're just going to go through a partial squat, just a little squat. Good. And then coming back up. So even with this partial squat, what we're working on is strengthening the knee in that range of motion. And a lot of times people are able to do that, able to work on that top part of the squat. So we're working, strengthening the knee and strengthening around that hip area. Now when it comes to sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets are going to do 1, repetitions 5, but progress on to 10. Time, smooth controlled movement, and the intensity, you want to feel like you've done something or the muscles around the knee are tired. So you don't want knee pain, but you don't want it to feel like that you've worked. So that ends up being the second exercise. Now the third one ends up being a suspension squat. So we end up using a suspension trainer. There's all kinds out there. This is just one example, but you're going to grab the suspension trainer and bring it to taunt, and then you're going to kind of lean back, and then you're going to kind of go through that squatting movement. Good. So what it allows you to do is it allows you to kind of offset some of the weight. Okay. So some of the weight ends up coming through your arms, so it ends up being a little bit easier. Also, it allows you to have that shin vertical in your when you're kind of going through the movement. Perfect. Good. you can end up utilizing that if you end up having this piece of equipment. If you don't end up having this piece of equipment, what I end up recommending is you can end up if you have the upper body strength, you can end up utilizing like a door frame. So I'm going to try to demonstrate like this, but I would usually be in the door frame, grabbing the door frame. So if I grab the door frame and I kind of lean back, so my arm's doing the work, I'm going through that squatting movement. Okay, so legs straight, not locked out, straight but a little bit soft, coming down. So still that shin is vertical, and then coming back up if I don't have one of those. But the suspension trainer ends up being nice when it comes to leg strengthening, because you can offload things. So you can bring some of your arms helping you out doing some of the work, but you can still go through the leg movements. Then the next one ends up being the suspension trainer, I think I said the sets, reps, time, and intensity. So sets 1, repetitions 5 to 10. Intensity, you want to feel like you're working, the muscles have been worked. Time ends up being smooth, controlled movement. Now moving to the last one, the fourth one, single leg balance. So you can end up utilizing like a door frame ends up working good, so to kind of help give you balance, or I can put my hand up against the wall, or even a corner ends up working good. You kind of go in the corner and you have your hands to help you out. Now what you're going to end up doing is moving on to a single leg. Good. So bringing the foot up, and then you're balancing on one leg, the knees soft, you're trying to keep the hips square, and so then what we're working on is strengthening around the knee, but also strengthening around the hip. So we're working towards you getting that strength in that leg, that single leg, to kind of walk and have all your body weight on one leg, but you're in a safe position with your hands in the door frame. Perfect. So with that last one, when it comes to sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets 1, repetitions 5, time, start off with holding that position for 5 to 10 seconds. Intensity, you want to feel that the muscles around your knee and the muscles around your hip are working, that they're kind of being challenged. So there you go. Guadalupe, give those exercises a go, those 4 exercises a go, in order to strengthen your knee so that you can end up, stop using your cane and start walking freely. Now, if you want some of my other best tips and tricks when it relates to knee pain, what I recommend you do is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tricks That Fight Knee Pain and Tightness. Click right here. Let me know where to send that brand new free report, and I'll send you that brand new free report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/knees. Let me know where to send that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you got benefit from this video, make sure to like this video. If you have a question or comment for me, leave it down below in the comments section. And lastly, hit subscribe in order to get future pain relieving videos.